Hello everyone, and welcome back. Oh, can you bring that a bit closer?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Excuse us.
And welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everybody, and happy 2023.
Yes, this is our first video of the year 2023. And appropriately, it is a Echo game.
Yes.
So yes, we're back with part 46. Part 46.
46
of our Ecco the Dolphin Defender of the Future Let's Play.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest. Yeah, this is pretty much the
this
longest
is the
game
longest
so far.
game we've played on our channel.
In terms of parts, I mean, we are not anywhere near
I think the most
the end of it.
is like we're 1/3 of the way there.
Yeah, at most.
That's the thing with Dreamcast games. You get a little more bang for your buck with these guys.
They're certainly longer games, yes.
Yeah. Which makes it a really good successor system, but I just wish that...
Yeah, and apparently in our country they really didn't sell very well, and that apparently made it bad news for the entire console.
Which is sad because didn't the guy who took over Sega of America, I don't know if he's still around anymore, he was the one who insisted we need a new games console despite getting the Saturn?
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that the Saturn did worse, and probably because of that. So yes, the sales of the Saturn were hurt, and I mean, I think the Dreamcast is great, but I don't know if it, if they had released it later on, if maybe some of the issues people had would have not been there. I'm not really sure.
I'm afraid I'm not sure either, because the Saturn was one of two options that Sega had on what to do for their next console.
Right.
After allowing Sega of America to convince them to make option number one a add-on for the Genesis, they went with option 2, which was the CD-ROM 32-bit game system.
I guess, to be honest, I don't know what the complaints were with the Dreamcast.
I don't know either.
Because I was somebody who... I've always loved the Dreamcast. But I was also somebody who... I was never really a gamer that felt the need to put my foot down about, one console being better than the other.
Right.
I just... if I liked the console, if I liked the games on it, I didn't really care what company did it.
I feel you were really good about that.
Yeah, and I mean, it depends on game library too, because like, for example, the original Xbox, when it came out, I just wasn't really interested in the initial game library it had. It wasn't until the Xbox 360 when there were games that I was interested in.
Right.
So that's why I own an Xbox 360 and don't own an Xbox.
Right.
Because I mean, I have no issue with Microsoft. I have a Windows computer, so...
Same.
Yeah, I was confused as to why Microsoft felt the need to get into video games.
So did I, to be honest. Especially seeing their first games console that looked like a giant metal X.
Yeah. Well, I just assumed that, that's because it's an American system. To be honest, I honestly felt that way.
Yeah.
That they probably felt the need to distinguish themselves from the Japanese consoles.
Which was sad. I, at that time, thought very impractical looking.
Yes, but I mean, if they had some games I would have been very interested in, I would have gotten.
Yeah.
Sadly, they really dropped the ball with Banjo-Kazooie because even before the game came out, it did not look like it was going to be a good game. So, yeah.
Yeah. Banjo-Kazooie. That was sad.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that, to me, their controllers were monstrous, and the one guy I knew who had an Xbox and mostly only wanted to watch DVDs with it.
Oh. I mean, and I played it. I played the original Xbox at my cousin's house.
Oh, your cousin had an Xbox original system?
One of my cousins on.
That's another thing too. I don't know what to call their first system anymore.
Yeah, it's just the Xbox. I mean.
Yeah.
And it was just some kind of racing game. Because I'll be honest, unpopular opinion and all, I was not interested in Halo. And all he had was Halo and this, like, generic racing game. I played the generic racing game. I just kind of felt like, yeah, the size made it a little bit awkward. But the graphics were, standard, I feel like.
Yeah.
Looked pretty much on par with PlayStation 2, I suppose.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they said that they were better. Well, I'd argue.
I just think that was marketing.
Yeah, that was another reason that turned me off their marketing. But to be fair, I think they might have had a computer processor or like a baby computer processor.
Mm-hmm.
Which made it a little faster, but I wasn't really impressed compared to Sony's PlayStation 2 or Nintendo's GameCube, which those were like, they and the Dreamcast were like top tier. I was told Nintendo's GameCube was the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now, to be fair, when the Xbox 360 was a huge improvement.
It was, despite its design flaw.
Well, yes. Yeah, initially, the white one, which I forget what it's called. I think one of them's like an arcade, and one of them's a different name, but I don't remember which is which. The white one I bought used, and I did not experience the red ring of death, but I did experience issues with it.
Yes.
It for some reason read all of my North American games, and this is a North American system. It would not recognize them, and it would like treat it like it was some kind of foreign date. Like it would say, this disc can't be read. This disc is not recognized.
I don't recognize this disc!
Yes.
Yeah.
But and then yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, you should have actually bought this one," and I'm like, "Okay, it would have been nice if the person at the game store told me, explain this to me."
Yeah, that would have been excellent if they'd done that.
Because I didn't know there were two different types of Xbox 360 consoles.
No, it's...
I didn't assume that the first one they released didn't work.
That's not good for the customer.
And maybe it's because I got it used, I don't know, but...
Oh dear.
Because, I mean, that was back, when I shopped at GameStop.
Yes.
But now, since we're doing mostly retro games anyway, we support our local retro gaming store.
That we do. It's a good idea to do that.
Yes. If you ever have the option, we do advocate shop at your local business video game stores, especially because they get swallowed up really easily.
Yeah.
I mean, there were other players in the video game retail scene, but GameStop swallowed them up, so...
Yes, they are. They're like a Borg, except they haven't been running out of business.
And yeah, I mean, if it hadn't have come out, some other crap too with GameStop, I would have felt better, but... Yeah, and I would say if you absolutely don't have the option to do a local video game store, just either buy it online or go to stores that you rely on for electronics, like
your local toy store.
Your local toy store, your local department store.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, it's very possible that, it wasn't working when they brought it in.
That's a possibility.
It could be that, some shifty kid thought he could make some quick money or credit, whatever it was at that point.
Store credit?
Yeah, their store... Probably not the store credit, because their store credit was miserable. It didn't count towards anything. It'd be like, oh, and you'll get $2 of store credit. It's like, what am I going to do with that?
Absolutely nothing.
You could buy a keychain. But not back then. This was before GameStop sold a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, of course now GameStop does a little bit of everything.
A points system, store credit, yeah, and you can get computer stuff too, board games and Funko Pops, and I don't.
Makes me wonder if that's what happened to FYE, is that GameStop became a better FYE.
Potentially, and I think though what really hurt FYE is that people stopped buying CDs as much.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sad and quiet demise of CDs.
Because everything else you could buy at other stores, whereas like FYE, at least the ones that I went to, were pretty much known for having the best selection of CDs.
Yeah. I will say, my heart tells me that the CD mark, as good as it is, was grossly overpriced.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I love CDs though.
Oh, I love them too.
I prefer to have a physical copy.
Same. I love them too, and I love CDs. I love the audio quality, and they are really nice to have in a nice compact medium.
It's just, you know, I take a certain pride in my physical CD collection. Whereas, yeah, I do own a lot of stuff digitally, but it just doesn't quite feel the same.
No, it doesn't, and I feel like you're essentially borrowing it from the company that, well, nowadays you're borrowing it, but things like Spotify, it's essentially, it's linked to you for reference.
Right. I mean, I'm talking about iTunes, basically.
Right.
But yes, if you just listen on my radios, obviously, you don't own it.
Right.
So yeah, sorry, we're playing catch up because it doesn't save.
Unfortunately, there is no checkpoint save. It's not like that. After we found the crevice, we could go back there and continue our adventure and turn into a fish.
But yeah,
and we apologize if we went on and on about music.
yes, but yeah, like I was saying, it's very possible that some brat could have, you know, brought back the not working console, and I feel like they didn't really pay as much attention to their used and refurbished things. Like, you know, since that was an issue, I had like pretty much immediately. That would have been something that if they had tested it, they would have caught.
Yeah, they should have play tested it.
So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments. Did you guys have a white Xbox 360? And did you have problems with it? I assume some of you did, because people online were telling me, no, you needed to get a black one. And I'm only using them by the colors because I forget their names.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mislabel. Oh yeah, and let me know in the comments if you had the white Xbox 360 console, if that was the issue you got, or what issue it was.
Or if you didn't have any issue.
Yeah, or if it worked perfectly fine and you'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's just a 1 in 5 of the white Xbox 360s don't work.
Right.
So 4 out of 5 worked, and I was just unlucky.
Yeah. Was one called the Pro and the other called the Arcade?
Yes. Okay, that's the name of the other one, but I don't remember which is which. So it could have been, dude, you should have bought the Pro and you bought the Arcade, or you should have bought the Arcade and you bought the Pro. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't happy because I didn't really. I was able to get my money back, but here's the other problem. The two different consoles were not the same price. So the black one was actually a little bit more money. So it's not like I could have done a direct exchange.
Right.
Especially since I wasn't going to get another refurbished one, so I got a new one. Needless to say, I still had to spend moolah, yeah. And you know, this was a time before people in the US decided that collecting old games is actually a very valuable thing, and the prices went way up. Anyway, this was back in the day when this pains me to say, but you know, a lot of the used games were like $2 to $5 unless they were popular.
Right.
And you could get a Nintendo GameCube for $30, $30, 30. And I think they were selling the PlayStation 1 at that time for $22. Yeah. I can guarantee you it's not that price now.
Just thinking about it.
I know. I should have. I think I wasn't. I probably didn't know you wanted one at that point, because I'm sure if I did, I could have called you up and been like, "Hey, it's $22." Although it was also kind of suspicious, I'll admit.
So it was suspicious.
I mean, GameStop was probably just severely undervaluing the consoles.
That's not good.
I mean, the GameCube for $30, come on. You're gonna... That's less than a game for the GameCube, when it was brand new. Yeah. Now I think it would probably be more like $300 for a new GameCube.
How?
Now. Well, I don't know. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but the classic stuff did get jacked up, that's for sure. To the point where we actually can't afford to get any Sega Saturn games, despite the fact that it apparently flopped. Funny how that works, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look it up now just for the heck of it. Oh, no, not 169.99. So 170.
So getting there.
170, 180, 200. Yeah. The indigo one, which was the original first color, is 200. They have a silver one for 160. So not too bad, but definitely a lot more than 30. Go to this.
Honey?
It's at lunchtime. Oh well.
What is this?
Webinar. Sorry, I got distracted. Voice acting webinar.
I see.
About working with Europe, which is probably a good thing to hear about. Yeah, we still seem to be having trouble getting up there.
Yeah.
And the only problem with the video you watched is, did it actually help you know how to do it?
Certainly, basically just trying to get that and be at the right angle and the right...
Yeah, I guess I mean, like, they don't actually show you what they're pressing.
they don't show a video of their fingers. No.
Right.
That was painful, but I was almost there again.
I know. Because we're actually almost done. Well, we're
almost done today's episode.
We've got 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yes, time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Time flies when we're
yet another episode of us trying to...
I know, we're so sorry, guys. This is part of what makes it so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, is trying to actually make it work. It's definitely a difficult game.
Yes, it is. Really frigid difficult.
Now, I'm not going to criticize the game for that.
No. It is a good way to keep you playing.
Yeah. Because I think this was a time when we were all adjusting to 3D games.
Was this 99 or 2000?
This was originally 99, I think.
Well, something to play after you visited Pineapple Under the Sea.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the video we watched on SpongeBob in Tehran.
Oh God! Is the traffic this? What's the matter with this traffic? This is normal traffic in Tehran.
Oh man, I mean, I have no doubt that it's a wonderful country.
Oh yeah.
It's just very strange for them to use SpongeBob to.
It is peculiar that they made SpongeBob, though. It's awesome that, in a way, it's awesome that they got SpongeBob.
Yeah, I mean that just shows you how much reach SpongeBob had.
Yeah. A lot of people probably would have assumed that you couldn't get SpongeBob in places like Iran, but
yeah,
it shows that you could. And
yeah. Which, by the way, I should look into that to see if China actually got SpongeBob.
yeah, I thought they did, but
Yes, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's an official dub.
yeah.
I don't know.
It certainly wasn't that POS YouTube video, I can tell you that.
Oh no, no. Yes, not that parody video.
Yes.
The fact, though, that when they're like showing clips of SpongeBob in other languages, and they, as far as I know, I haven't seen them include any kind of Chinese dub. Which, you know, even if China didn't get it, Taiwan could have gotten it,
Right.
or Hong Kong, but could have gotten it without the rest of China getting it.
Right.
I mean, they are.
I could have sworn that in like one of the Tomb Raider movies, they played the Chinese. Oh no!
Well, that's not exactly proof that
True. True.
it could have been made just for the movie, but
That's true.
because I know there were a lot of movies that were trying to like snuggle up to China during a certain period of time.
Oh yes, the huge Italians.
Right. But I won't get into too much. That's a little bit political.
Great.
I did.
Yes.
Whoops.
Well, at least we got back into the water.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a fun place to stay.
Here I am, a dolphin on the roof. Dolphin on the roof.
We're sorry, guys, that we're still on this part. It's been a few parts, but hopefully we'll
Oh, that was a mess.
get there.
Yeah, we're getting closer
Yeah,
to getting there.
yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to look into that.
Me too. I would like to hear the real Chinese version of SpongeBob.
Yes, I just love hearing the foreign language dubs. It's just a lot of fun. I love different languages.
Me too.
Excuse me. I'm glad that when I was in Japan, I was able to see a little bit of SpongeBob in Japanese.
I agree. That's awesome.
Yeah, and for the most part, I liked their casting, but I'm still weirded out by Plankton because they had a woman voice Plankton. And I'm just so used to, you know, his English voice. So it was very weird. I'm guessing their thought process was, oh, Plankton's small, so we should get a voice actress who does children.
Yeah. Like a young boy's voice.
Yeah. And I'm like, Plankton's like the same age as Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. Funnily enough, yeah. I wouldn't have known that, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, and we're actually over time.
Yes.
So yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. Did we do it last minute? Oh, the closest we've ever been.
Second closest, yeah.
Second closest. So, we will do this next time. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for watching today's episode.
Bye.
Take care.